Let's talk about fats and oil. They are, I think, one of the major component of food. And probably we have discussed some of the things about fats and oil, but they are very important as far as the nutritive value is concerned. They are dense source of energy for consumption, so they provide you much more calories than the rest of the counterparts. If you talk about the amount of fat present in different food, it might vary from very high amounts such as 99% in ghee to 0.1 to 1% in vegetables. So every food product would have a different amount of fat present in it. It could be maybe purely 99% or 99.9% of fat, such as in products such as ghee. On the other hand, other products like butter would have 81% of fat. So that would mean the rest of the component of butter is actually water. If you talk about coconut, it is 62% fat. Similarly, every food would have different amount of fat present in it. Fatty fish, if you talk about, 5 to 21%. So that actually this table actually gives us a better idea that every food doesn't have fat as a major component. It could vary from a very small amount to a very high amount in the specific food. If we talk about the chemistry of the fats and oil, they are all basically composed of glycerol molecule. This is a glycerol molecule. It's a 3-carbon molecule, and when this is reacted with fatty acid, this is the general formula of fatty acid. So this reaction takes place, and we remove this hydroxyl group from fatty acid and hydrogen group from glycerol, so that would make up this water molecule, and we are left with a simple triglyceride here. This triglyceride have got 3 fatty acids attached to the glycerol molecule that we talked here. So this is the general composition of all the fats and oil. All the fats or oil are basically the mixture of such triglycerides. But it is also important to know that all the triglyceride hairs are not the same. They might be different triglyceride attached to one glycerol molecule. So the chemistry is not similar all the time. It could be different depending upon what kind of fatty acids we have in the mixture. So common fatty acids that are present, as I discussed, there are a lot of there are a lot of different fatty acids. There are around 20 to 24 fatty acids present. But if we talk about the most common one, they are palmitic acid. This palmitic acid is present in palm oil. Another one, important one, is stearic acid. This is found in suet. Suet is called basically fat from animal sources. Another very important and very commonly found fatty acid is oleic acid. If you talk about this oleic acid, you can see that here at the 8 carbon unit and 8 and 9 there is a double bond here. So this is unsaturated fatty acid. This oleic acid is predominantly present in olive oils. Another linoleic acid, this has got 2 double bonds, like 2 unsaturations here, and this linolenic acid is present in oil, flaxseed oil. So every fat would have all these combination of these fatty acids, but certain fat products might have abundance of one fatty acid or the other. When we talk about selection and buying of oils and fat, there are for certain things that are considered before we actually choose certain fat or oil for our consumption or for production of other products. These criteria can be its aroma, its flavor, its color, its clarity. There should be freedom from admixture, like it is pure compound or does it have any other adulteration in it. It should be free from solid particles as well, and it should not be rancid, or its color should not be changed. It should have lighter color. So these are all criteria we use to follow in order to select different products from the market. If we talk about the nutritive value or digestibility of different fats and oils, they are highly concentrated source of energy, like unlike proteins and carbohydrate, which give you 4 calories per gram, fats and oil give you 9 calories per gram. So that would mean they are condensed source of energy. They are more calorific value in all the fat and oil products. If we talk about the physical and chemical properties, certain physical and chemical properties actually define the behavior of these fats and oil in the final product, such as melting point. As we discussed, as we have seen the structure of the triglyceride, so these triglyceride, as I earlier said, they don't have the same fatty acid in all 3 positions. So that would mean, because they are all mixtures of different fatty acids, and different fatty acids have got different chain length, and they all have different melting points. So it would mean that we might not have a sharp melting point in all the food products, in all the fats and oil products, but this melting point is an important criteria to know about the behavior of these fats and oil in the food products. If we talk about some of the physical and chemical properties, creaming is one of the important property that we can normally see in products which can incorporate certain amount of air, such as butter. So we can make the product fluffy by incorporating more air. We can make it more soft, and we can have a cream-like structure in these food products. So this is the property of some of the physical and some of the fats, basically, that determine their use in different food products. Similarly, plasticity of fat is another criteria that we look at their physical properties. It is actually the moldable behavior of fats and oil, such as margarine or spreads. As I said, that the fatty acid, we choose fatty acid, we have got differential melting points. So we don't want to have a flowing structure of a vegetable fat in plastic fat, such as the product that we use for spreading on, such as butter or margarines or other spreads on the food. So they would actually be more moldable, they would have a plastic nature, they can be easily spread over the food surface. So this is one of the important criteria, or one of the important criteria for selection, actually, for fats in different end products. If we talk about other physical chemical properties, emulsification is another important property. As you know, that fats are not soluble in water. In order to make them miscible with water, we need to have an emulsifier, such as in case of butter. The butter is an emulsified product. So you can see there's 20% moisture and there 80% fat, and it all makes a uniform structure due to the glyceride, due to the emulsifiers. When we talk about the use of fat, they could have different uses in different products. It can be used as medium of cooking. It can be used as shortening material in bakery and pastry products. It adds richness and flavor to final products, and it is used as seasoning in vegetable salads. So these are all different classification of fats and oil, and their different uses in food products, and some of their physical and chemical properties that are important to be discussed here. Thank you.